Okay, so in one of your assessments in the next couple of weeks, this is a sort of question that you may get. Now this question is a problem solving question that is normally around 3 marks. So the question involves a triangle inside a circle. Let's read the question. So M, N and P are points on a circle centre 0. So it's talking about M, N and P, which forms a triangle, and it's talking about the centre being at 0. MON is a diameter of the circle. So MON is basically talking about this point to this point, and that's a diameter as it runs across the whole of the circle. MP is 4 centimeters and PN is 10 centimeters. Angle MPN equals 90. So that's talking about this angle here. So that's telling us it's a right angled triangle. Work out the circumference of the circle. So the circumference of the circle, first of all, it's asking for the length around the whole circle. I give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Now first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first go through how I would normally work out the circumference of a circle, and that is by following the formula that circumference equals pi times diameter. And we know that line MN is the diameter of the circle, but we don't know the value and how long M and N is. So that's what I need to work out. Luckily, I have a triangle, M to P to N back to M. That's a right angled triangle, and I've been given 2 lengths, 1 and 2. So I can use those 2 and use Pythagoras to calculate the hypotenuse of this triangle, and the hypotenuse is the same as the diameter. So I'm going to first label my triangle. As long as I call the longest side C, it doesn't matter which one I call A and which one I call B. Now I will use Pythagoras. The formula for Pythagoras is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now I will substitute in the values from the question into the formula. So instead of A, I'm going to write 10 squared. Instead of B, I'm going to write 4 squared. And then I've got C squared. Then I will use my calculator, and I will carry out the left hand side on the calculator. So 10 squared add 4 squared, which equals 116. And that's C squared, and then I'm going to root the 116 to get C on its own. So C will be 10.77032961. That's the value of C. So I've just worked out the diameter. I've just worked out the diameter of the circle. So I'm going to write that down in the question. So 10.77, and then carry on with the numbers, but I don't have enough room to write it down. Now I'm going to use that information to find the circumference. So here I've already written the formula to find the circumference. So let's use the formula now. So circumference equals pi. Pi is a button on the calculator which can be found if you press shift and then you press the 3rd button at the bottom. So times 10 to the power of x button. If you press shift and that button, it will bring up the pi sign. So I'm going to press that first, and then I'm going to times it by the diameter, which I've just worked out, which is here, right? So pi button on the calculator times by 10.77 and all of the number. So let's write that down. So 10.77032961 equals 33.835. So let's write that down here, 33.835. So it doesn't fit there, so I'm just going to write it here. So 33.835, 98838. However, be careful, because the question says give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So the first 3 is the first significant figure, second 3 the next significant, and the 8 is the 3rd significant figure. Put a 1 after it, Is that 3, 5 or above? No, it's not. So that would remain as 8 and everything else will stay the same. So my answer is just 33.8 for this question. So the circumference of this circle is 33.8 centimeters. Don't forget the units in your exam. This is a similar question as the last one. Please have a go at it and upload your answers on class charts.